Hi everyone, it's Claire from freedom.com and welcome to another video. So on this video today I'm going to be discussing with you our communities and our connection to our communities, and in this series of videos me and Joe are sharing with you what a life of freedom means to us, so that to allow you to help explore what a life of freedom means to you. So I will be just talking about our communities in this video, and just how we've as we've advanced technologically as a society, we've lost that connection that we had with our communities. And just to think of like how people lived and how the majority of civilizations have lived on this planet, and they've lived in a way, they've lived pretty basic lives, and they lived in like a small home with their family, and they probably would have had like a farm, and they would have spent their days out, like fishing or hunting or growing their food and looking after their children. And they didn't have, nobody would have had cars because they didn't exist. So they would have been like living in their local community. And another thing, there wouldn't have been big national supermarkets, so anything that they actually wanted, they either had to grow themselves or they had to buy locally. So that was keeping that bond within the community. They were either, say they wanted their food, they were out growing vegetables with their family and their community, or they were buying that food from someone else, so all the time they were building that relationship with each other. And now when we want food, we just go to the supermarket and we buy it, and as a result we're sort of losing out in that interaction with our family and our community. And another example of this in our modern society is how we live. Like, the majority of us now have a TV in our home, and for people like for other civilizations that lived, they would have, instead of having a TV to entertain themselves in the evening, they would have been spending their time like singing or dancing or playing music and doing crafts with their family and people in the community, because that's what they didn't have a TV to entertain themselves, so they would have been spending the time together. And now how we live, like for people who have a TV, they you just fall into that habit. You come into the house and you just sort of turn the TV on out of habit, and then over the years, you're spending your evenings with your family in front of a TV, and you're just sort of missing out in that opportunity for building relationships. So that kind of breaks up our relationships. And this isn't how me and Joe want to live our lives. We want to live in a way that is more connected to each other and more connected to the community. And I don't want to, something that really has brought about a change in how we live is how we actually earn our income. And we only really, in our society, we only have to really think back to the 1950s and how people would have lived. And back then it would have been, it would have been pretty standard for the mother to stay at home and look after the children, and the father went out to work. And now that's changed to both parents having to go out to work. So this sort of people having to go out to actually work away from the home really radically changes how we live our lives. And when you're able to earn an income online, you can actually work from home part-time. So, you could work for like 4 hours a day and then spend the rest of the time looking after your family and going out and connecting with the community. And, for most people now, they want, instead of actually looking after their children themselves, they actually have to pay someone else when they go out to work, and that's just not how I want to live my life. And my I suppose my little dream on this, on my project of creating a life of freedom, I would love to start like a little community garden that people could come together the way they did years ago, and come together in a meaningful way and be out in nature and grow their food. And this also has the benefit, you know, that we're providing healthy, wholesome food for our bodies and giving our bodies the nutrients that we need. And also I would love to start a little, I suppose, a little space that we could come together and we could you know, dance and sing and play games together. And that's just pretty important to me, and it brings me a lot of happiness, the idea of connecting each day, like living my life and being connected to my family and my friends. So in your life, like, do you spend your life, like, do you get up in the morning and go out to work, drive away in your car to work, and spend your time working in a job, and do you spend, while doing that, you know, you're spending your time away from your family and your community, and you're missing out on that time that you could be developing relationships with the people around you? So, you know, is that the way that you want to live your life, or would you like to earn an income in a way that gives you more freedom to have the time and money to connect with those around you? So my message to you is, if you would like to be able to have more time and money, then join us in our journey of creating a life of freedom. And through doing that, you can be able to leave your traditional job and start generating an income online part-time, and you have the time and money then to create a life that you love to live. So click on the link below, and that will show you a unique system that will give you a clear strategy to creating your income online. So that's me for this video, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.